It's kind of like playing jazz on the stage, you know? You just got to get up there, be safe, because you could hurt somebody else just as much as you could hurt yourself. So knowing what's around the corner, but still looking for a slightly new way to attack that corner is, in a lot of ways, it's almost exactly the same place in my mind. When I'm on a track, I know the track. It's like knowing a piece, knowing a song. But just knowing a song and knowing a track does not guarantee that you're going to get around the tune or get around the track in the same way every time. And you're going to have great laps, and you're going to have bad laps. And the track doesn't change. Songs don't change. So as I am approaching, a cadence, or as I'm approaching, a 2-5-1 or a change in key center, or any kind of pivotal element of a song, a structural component of a song, I really honestly do think of it in the same way as when I'm approaching a corner on a lap. You've got any number of ways you can enter the curve, any number of ways you can hit your apex, exit the curve, and it really is, I feel, accelerated when I'm playing music, when I really execute one of those structural moments really well. And it is energizing, and there's totally an adrenaline component of it, which I think is why I prefer performing to practicing. I think a lot of people, maybe it's the other way around. They're like, oh yeah, I just want to relax and practice. Practicing is torture for me because it's awful. There's no adrenaline at all. It's like the difference between racing on a video game versus being on a real track. So definitely a tie with adrenaline, and definitely a tie with the concept of optimal path and really attacking a route or attacking a path. It's kind of how I see it or think of it.
That's cool. Like, I'm a skier. I don't love driving, but you just basically explained, what it's like to take a mogul run and you stand at the top.
It is exactly the same concept as taking a mogul run. I don't see that there's any difference actually at all, because anybody who knows a mogul run really well, it's not random moguls. There's 4 or 5 routes through it, and there's moments in the layout of the course or layout of the slope where you can jump from one route to another. And of course, if you're racing somebody at the same time, you've got the dynamic of having to try and avoid them, or at least be in harmony with what they're doing, even if you're racing them. So